Hey, baby.
Hello. Welcome to another version of vinyl video. This might be the best vinyl video yet because we're opening one of the coolest wines ever, which is Lambrusco. And I know I keep doing Italian wines, but Italy has a lot of cool wines to choose from, so, you know.
If you got a good thing, stick with it.
Yeah. Lambrusco is a red sparkling wine, so I've already jimmied this out a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Sometimes they are just a frizzante, so they won't have the cork in here like a champagne cork.
I was expecting it to be a little bolder.
Well, actually, when you open up a sparkling wine, including champagne, you're supposed to open it with a whisper, not a bang. It's not supposed to pop. A lot of times,
that's a mistake I often make.
A lot of times when they pop, it's because they're not cold enough. So look at this. This is like the most beautiful thing ever. This dark, luscious red wine that is bubbly and you serve chilled. It is it's an awesome food wine. It comes from the area of Emilia-Romagna, which is known for its food. That's where prosciutto di Parma and Parmigiano Reggiano comes from.
So, cheese.
Yes. So they need they need something that can wash down that kind of heavy fare. Now this one, this Concerto, is one of my favorites from Ermete Medici.
Ooh, there's a pomegranate.
Yeah.
On the nose.
On the nose, you get a lot of kind of sweet fruit to it. Plummy notes, definitely some kind of strawberry.
Perhaps?
Yeah, maybe. This one's actually a little bit sweeter than I remember it. The finish is completely bone dry. You get a little bit of sweetness on the palate, which is really, really nice.
Just on the first sip.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking awesome. It's
delicious.
Like a red wine, you know, for red wine lovers, something that you can like gulp on a hot day. It's awesome with pizza. It's awesome for parties. I mean, it's a really cool wine. This one runs around $20. It's a little bit nicer version of Lambrusco, but you can get some for around $10 as well. Just have to be careful when you're buying them. Look on the bottle, see if it says demi-sec or sac, or you know, ask your local wine merchant, because you might be getting something that's really, really sweet, which, you know, some people not like.
This is a demi-sec or a sec?
This is supposed to be a sec, and I remember it as being a sec, but you know, it's got that tiny, tiny little bit of sweetness to it. You know, it's difficult to tell with this one because there's absolutely nothing on the label that might say what the sweetness level is. With some wines you can tell with the alcohol. You can't really tell with Lambrusco. It's always a little bit lower in alcohol than other wines. This one's 11.5 though, so that's pretty much, you know, that's kind of a normal one. And what did we decide to pair this awesome wine with?
The $100 million question. We were pairing it with Destroyer's album, Rubies. This is, I have to admit, one of my favorite albums.
It's probably one of my favorite albums too.
Wow, coincidence. I think it's a perfect pair with a sparkling red wine, because a sparkling red is something that's a little unusual, a little bit sweet, a little bit interesting and novel. And this is, to me, a combination of everything that's exciting and euphoric in words and music combined. Starting, Destroyer is the nom de plume of a fellow named Dan Behar, who's a Vancouver musician, been around for a long time. This was the first album in which he really found a band. So Destroyer became not just a man, but a band. And they really started to gel together. And you can hear it all through the album. It starts with his lyrics, which use incredible wordplay, a lot of humor, sarcasm, great rhymes, great killer one-liners, concoct amazing, dreamy images. But also the musicianship on this album is really tight. The engineering is fantastic. The sound is really clean. the arrangements, the orchestrations are really lush and full, and it's like a train that is rolling down the track, and you have no idea when it's going to stop. It's like a runaway train, and at some points the songs almost seem like they pile up on top of each other. Our dinner is ready.
Well,
I guess that's a sign that I should stop talking about the album, but perhaps I should close by saying it's fitting yesterday was Dr. Seuss's birthday, because if Dr. Seuss had written a character who was a rock and roll singer, we probably would have named him Dan Behar, and if he'd played in a band, it would have been Destroyer. So, in the spirit of Dr. Seuss, and in the spirit of this great album, and this wonderful sparkling red wine, cheers.